Spoiler alert, if true, we're going to be talking about some serious GTA 6 plot details surrounding one of our main characters and the protagonist, Lucia. So, this information exploded over the weekend, gathering tens of millions of views and impressions online, on social media. It generated thousands of comments and discussions on forums and sites like Reddit, and it has to do with something regarding Lucia. So I don't know if this is the original source. This is where I am simply gathering it from. It comes from the website rockstaruniverse.co.uk. And this is what they had to say regarding a section of what we know so far about GTA 6 regarding the protagonist. It says, "We know from previous reports in 2018 that Rockstar would be introducing a lead female character for the first time in a GTA game. However, this was still left hanging on whether it was true. When the leaks surfaced in 2022, many clips showed a female and male character being controlled, and references to Jason and Lucia. A number of other reports have backed up that these will be the main playable characters, with a storyline focused on heist in a Bonnie and Clyde style story. It's rumored by an internal source that Lucia has a child who appears in the game's storyline. This would be a first for GTA and a step forward from having children in-game, but old enough getting involved in things which they shouldn't, like Jimmy. However, Lucia's child is believed to be much younger and only appears in cutscenes, similar to how Jack Marston was in Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2. Now, before we go on, what makes this entire thing a little bit interesting is it looks like there was an update to the article, as it used to say when it first came out. Internal sources have also confirmed that Lucia has a child who appears in the game's storyline. So it looks like they're backing things back just a little bit. Now, apparently it's a rumor, according to an internal source, versus a confirmation, but it still gathers a lot of discussion here. So going into pure speculation mode, let's just assume this is true. This certainly adds an interesting element to the storyline of GTA 6. This means that now Lucia basically has someone that in her immediate care that she always has to take care of. Obviously, an infant isn't capable of really providing for themselves. They need a lot of things done for them. And this also means that we might see, as the story progresses, time moving forward and possibly being able to play as Lucia's younger child, just like we're able to play as Jack Marston eventually in Red Dead Redemption. That's just something to think about right there, but Rockstar has a very limited history with adding characters, children, and even infants that young in the Grand Theft Auto series. In fact, there's only 2 minors that actually make appearances in game. That would be Mary Beth Williams in Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories. Mary Beth is a newborn baby of Luis Cassidy Williams and Marty J. Williams. She appears several times in GTA Vice City Stories, often being held in her mother's arm. She's orphaned after her father is killed by Victor Vance, and her mother dies from wounds caused by Armando Mendez. And whilst dying, Luis asks Victor Vance to make sure Mary Jo Cassidy takes care of her, so it's assumed that she becomes Mary Beth's legal guardian. And the other character that we see that is technically a minor is Jill von Krastenberg in Grand Theft Auto 4. So Jill von Krastenberg is supposed to be based on Paris Hilton, hence the von Krastenberg Hotel. And by most sources, she is apparently only 12 years old during Grand Theft Auto 4, which takes place in 2008. I'll leave references to this in the description if you want more backstory on both the children that have been featured so far in the Grand Theft Auto series. But other than that, Rockstar have mainly just had references to children. Even as far back as Grand Theft Auto 3, there's references to kids being in the game, but we never actually see them. So for example, in GTA 3, you can actually see crushed school buses in the backyard of 8 Ball's compound in both the Definitive Edition and the regular version, so it's not like Rockstar ended up taking any of that out. In Grand Theft Auto Vice City, there are several signs that you can see. One of them, for example, is "Caution, Children at Play." This can be seen in Prawn Island. And another sign at the Greasy Chopper that says "No kids and dogs after 7 p.m. So again, more references to children there. In GTA San Andreas, you can also see things like a picture of a family at a barbershop, as well as kids specials at restaurants and warnings at firearm stores that you should not leave them within easy access of a child. So again, more references that kids do appear in GTA San Andreas as well. And Grand Theft Auto 4, you can mysteriously find a baby stroller, which is a little bit odd. And there's apparently also teenagers in the game as well that get involved in various missions and whatnot, but not too many references there. And in Grand Theft Auto 5, we kind of see the same thing. There was supposed to be an elementary school in the game called Los Santos Elementary. That's something that you can actually see a picture of. I'll show it on the screen right now. And we also know that there's other things that can be found, like children's playgrounds, as well as photographs of the families throughout the years in Michael DeSanta's home, as well as a website called acceptthetruth.com, which shows a family of 4, and one of them looks to be like a child, a teenager, a little girl, etc. So Rockstar make references to children in the GTA series, but none of them really make appearances, and certainly none of them make appearances where they can be put in harm's way. I feel like that's a line that Rockstar certainly has to balance as far as what they can do in their video games, what is appropriate, and of course, what is acceptable. And that's why with Red Dead Redemption and Red Dead Redemption 2 with Jack Marston, when he is still a child, there's never a situation where he's either A, put in harm's way, or anything can be done to him that would be deemed inappropriate, until of course he is an adult when you take over as him in Red Dead Redemption. And speaking of Red Dead Redemption 2, this kind of aligns very similar to the story that was supposed to be the case with Arthur Morgan. He was also supposed to have his own child at the very beginning of the game that unfortunately did not survive due to the blizzard snowy conditions at the very beginning. So I wonder if that's where the rumor is ultimately coming from. What's interesting is before Rockstar Universe even made that post, around 26 days ago, there was an anonymous source on the Gaming Leaks and Rumors subreddit that talked about the exact same thing. That Lucia has a baby and she abandons it before heading out to a bank robbery and then getting arrested for doing such an act. It's not known if the baby was a boy or a girl, and obviously there will be no kids in the game. This only happens in a cutscene as a flashback of the past. I have no information about what happens to this baby after this point. So honestly, I would not surprise if this rumor turns out to be true, even though the original source seems to be backing down from it just a little bit. It would make sense. Rockstar does have a history of featuring children in their game, at least from a story standpoint. They've done so in Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories and Red Dead Redemption 2, so it would not be a surprise if they did the exact same thing here. And they have also played around with the idea of our main characters having children very, very early on in the story. Now, they did not put that in the final version of Red Dead Redemption 2, but it was something that they were playing around with. So what do you guys think? Do you think Lucia, our main character and female lead protagonist, is going to have a baby or a child? And how do you think that's going to play out for the story of GTA 6? Let me know what you think in those comments down below. I would love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all latest GTA 6 videos that I'll be doing here on my channel up until the release of the trailer and beyond. We're going to have so much cool content coming out here, so I don't want you guys to miss out. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.